Ricardo Report recruiting. I, of course, am Chad Ricardo. Joining me today, one of my all-time favorite student athletes, my main man, running back, all-purpose back, all-around football player, Elijah Solomon. Bam! Thank you very much for joining me today, bro.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Look, I want to take a step back to last year because as you and I know, and many of the people watching right now know, I've had an opportunity since you were in middle school out there getting it done. I've truly had an opportunity to see the student athlete that you are. I felt like last year that the world got to see that. As we begin to run through your accolades, we're talking about all-conference student athlete, all-state student athlete, leading rusher, championship material, etc. What was it about last year that allowed for you to truly break out?
I mean, last year was just it was my first year back to football. You know, after COVID, everybody had a long break from it. I feel like my 10th grade year it ended pretty well. You know, I rushed for 1,100 yards and another first team selection. I felt like I was making a name for myself. You know, we just put a pause on it with COVID and everything. So I just had to reintroduce myself.
Listen, ever since I saw you when you were a young man, I've always felt as though you were a collegiate student athlete and that you could play this game at the next level. Of course, we know that the recruiting process has been something that has been a struggle for a lot of student athletes, not getting everything that it is that they'd like to get. I know the knock on you is that you're undersized, etc. I don't want to talk about what you aren't. Talk to me about what you are. What are the strongest points of your game?
Strongest points in my game. I mean, overall, I'm a smart football player. I'm gonna be one of the smartest guys on the field at all time. Even though I'm undersized, I'm definitely one of the strongest. Definitely one of the quickest. And you know, it's never gonna be a one man bring me down ever.
Look, I've seen that in person and on tape, so I can definitely attest to that. Going back to that right there and the way that the pandemic has affected recruiting, collegiate student athletes were awarded an extra year. That kind of created a log jam for high school student athletes and maybe not getting some of the offers that they would have gotten in any other circumstance. How has all of that affected you and your recruitment?
I mean, honestly, it affected me heavily. A lot of guys, me personally, friends I know, people I grew up with, even people from around the nation, didn't get a lot of scholarships of all tiers, D1, D2, D3, due to the portal. You know, it's over 1,500 guys in the portal, and they got extra eligibility and we got none. So, you know, with most schools not giving out so many scholarships, it just wasn't a lot for 22s.
But I want to talk to you about just the emotion of that. Again, this is a game that you've been playing your entire life. So especially coming off of such a great year, how hard was that? How hard has this process been knowing that you haven't gotten the attention that you maybe would have gotten for something that happened that was completely out of your control?
I mean, it was hard. It definitely was hard. It made me grow up. It made me realize that, like, even though this is a sport I love to play, something I enjoy doing, it's still a business at the end of the day. And once I understood that, it made me move with a different, like, ferocity, like, intensity. I just became more aware of the world and how football works.
That's real. That's real. As you just alluded to, you have made the decision to reclassify. You will be attending Mount Zion. That is a new program led by Coach Tyree Spinner, who, of course, previously spent some time out there at Avalon. How did you and your family, your very good family that I'm a fan of, how did you all come to this decision?
Well, I met Tyree Spinner, Coach Tyree Spinner, about a year or so ago at a camp in Richmond. And you know, I was just joking around, being the guy that I am. I'm playing with them. I know how Avalon has the reputation that, you know, they got guys. It's a second chance for some guys. And I was just messing with them. I'm like, hey, you know, if I need you, I'm gonna hit your line. I'm gonna call you. And me and their running back, Josh Pitsenberger, was, you know, shredding the competition out there. So from there, you know, I played my season, and it was always in my back pocket. I have a whole bunch of friends, you know, reclassified already, you know, middle school, GYFL, grassroots. That's what they usually do it at. I just always saved mine being a natural athlete, and I felt like I needed to use it. So I made that phone call, and me and Coach Spinner got together. He talked to my mom, talked to my dad, and we just made it happen. And I like what they're trying to do, and I feel like they can push me to be where I want to go. So we're gonna help each other.
That's what's up. Again, that's Mount Zion's football program. They will be playing some squads, I presume, both here in the DMV and across the nation. So I definitely look forward to tracking all of you all in that program. I'll get you out of here on this, Elijah, again, because there are some college coaches that are watching this right now who have seen your tape, and now they're getting to know you, the young man, a little bit as well. What message do you have for them? Who is Elijah Solomon, the young man? Who are you, the student athlete?
Even though I'm a younger guy, so I'm now 23. I'm still mature. I'm an old head. I'm a captain. I'm a leader, and I'm bringing great energy to any team I'm on. I'm the type of guy that might make other guys elevate their play, even if they may be more athletic or talented than me. I'm still the type of guy that's gonna make them. I'm gonna bring that fire out of them. So I'm a guy you want on your roster, and this season I'm a guy you want to look out for.
Fire, ferocity, all of the reasons that make you one of my all-time favorite student athletes. Elijah, thank you so very much for joining me today, bro. Ricardo report, bro.